Alright, so we pick back up in episode 23 of LEGO Marvel Avengers, the third and final part of the Thor 2 Dark World level titled Lost in the Ether, where the problems all end up back on Earth again, as usual. But this time, you know, we don't end up in Arizona or New Mexico or Washington or New York. We end up in London. Evidently, Malekith's last strike will be against London. So we're given two less useful characters as far as fighting is concerned. To start the game off, we have Jane Foster currently breaking things to get studs, and Dr. Selvig. Neither of these guys have guns. Neither of them have a melee weapon. They're just two characters. So yeah, it would have been just a little bit useful if Jane Foster could have turned into Thor at this particular stage, but no, we're not going to get that. But the nice thing about London, there's plenty of stuff to break. You can see that we are nowhere near to the true Avenger ranking. But that's not going to stop me from milking all the studs. I'm starting to think that milking the studs should be like a catchphrase or something. A little bit of a capture issue there, and then we can't beat up that building, evidently. So despite her lack of effectiveness, Jane Foster is still capable of destroying cars. We're going to go destroy another car, I think. Yep, there we go. She's still capable of destroying cars. Which means that she must be stronger than we're giving her credit for. We lost out on some studs there. And again, we don't have any characters who can do who can put out fires or blow up silver objects, like the one over there on the right. And that item I'm not going to spoil for you because it is quite amusing, and we will be coming back here in free play eventually. Obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of this movie or this level. But we will be working to get everything we can out of the free play. Now we're starting to see some Dark Elves. And again, all we can do is punch them in the face. And again, that's more effective than it sounds. Fortunately, Jane Foster's at least something of a tech head. So we're going to put out the fire here around this helicopter, which will open up lots of studs and also grow lots of flowers. Big, tall flowers. And then we'll run into a fire and blow up. Or we'll run into hidden Dark Elves, which could also be the other reason we blew up. Now, I'm going to break the flowers. And the sprinkler. And that got us a character token, I believe, for a Dark Elf. And then Jane Foster blows up the helicopter. So, you know, maybe we should have taken her just a little bit more seriously. There's another car for her to blow up. So she does that. grab some more studs, and then we create the first of these two sort of satellite dish thingies that the game wanted us to create. But, you know me, gotta find more studs. So now I'm clearing out the right side of this level. It's not... The London area is pretty confined, so you can't go too far. So getting lost really isn't an issue here. Alright, so now we picked up some studs. Now we can go and activate the satellite dish with Dr. Selvig, because we haven't done anything with him so far. Except that Dr. Selvig, like any character that I play, has decided he will ignore the main mission and instead focus on finding more studs. Because now we're going to go over on the left side and look for studs. Alright, there's nothing you can do with this tour bus, unfortunately, so don't worry about that. And, you know, also there was another mini kit we could have gotten in free play if we had Hawkeye or Spider-Man or somebody like that. We're going to have to ignore that too. And we're going to do the Selvig to break some more debris. Liberate a few more studs. And finally turn on the satellite dish. I think this part probably doesn't take nearly as long if you don't try and go and break all the stud stuff. Alright, so we activate the satellite dish, which then gives us a little Avenger PDA detector. Selvig does not have one of those, but Jane Foster does. So we can get a few more studs while we're at it. And here comes Malekith and Thor. So now we're switched over to Thor fighting the Malekith mini-boss, and we just have to hit him with the hammer here. Get too close to him, he will throw you away. He also will shoot his little stuff at you, and then we'll come to a section where you have to kill a number of flunkies. And given the characters available, Thor's hammer is your best option in getting rid of these flunkies. So we just need to kill 10 more of these guys and not have them attack us from the rear like that one decided to do. Okay, and there we blow up, get that blue stud back. And we got 6 more of these guys to go here. Down to 3. Here comes 2 from this direction following Jane Foster, so we're succeeded over there. And then 1. And that brings Malekith back for the second part of the boss battle. So we run over and we try to hit Malekith with our hammer. He blocks us away. But it looks like we succeeded in something, because another portal opens. I think we get sucked in. Some creature pops out. And now the second satellite dish thingy becomes available for us to build. So we got that now. So we're going to kill this Dark Elf with Dr. Selvig here. And kill another Dark Elf with Dr. Selvig. Find some more studs. Find another card to blow up. And with all that effort, you can see that we're still only about halfway to the number of studs that we need. So we're going to fire this again, which should set off another PDA thing for us to locate, which will open the hole back and send Thor and Malekith back into the fight. Alright, now Malekith is going to grow in size. And we need to kill even more flunkies. So, lose some studs there. Malekith is firing at us from his hilltop over there. We're just kind of working our way through the Dark Elves. Unfortunately, these big bonuses for killing all these Dark Elves not going to help us with the stud count at this point, because we pretty much looted all the studs. Perhaps a better strategy might have been to have collected the studs while in the midst of battling all these Dark Elves, because then we could have benefited from the multiplier. But it's also really hard to focus on doing something else when there are a bunch of enemies on the screen. So, just be aware if you actually try that. Okay, now we're going to have a beam struggle between Malekith and Thor's hammer. And that knocks him down to 1 heart, and then Thor will take him out. And that is the end of the Thor level. So be glad that we're done with that. Next time we will start into the Iron Man 3 level. I've got a little bit more foreknowledge of, a little bit more appreciation of. And I will see you next time.